thumbnail, I'm just doing a quick video on how to manage your lines to get more money out of them. I'm playing this on medium right now. This is not meant to be like oh, I'm the best in the world. No, certainly not fucking the best in the world. This is just to help out players who don't know exactly what all the information and these lines mean and how to use them to get more money out of your line. Okay, so let's just take an example. Let's see if I can find a town that has a good example around it. This is a wee example there of the stone, the brick, and the brick there, but that's not exactly the example I wanted to show. But if I can't find another one, that'll do. Okay. Yes, I probably should have looked around the map before. Okay, I probably should have looked around the map beforehand. This one is a good example. This one has a good example right there with the wheat, and the bread, and the city like that. And so got Broxbourne. Oh yeah, town names are all Scottish. Yeah, I'm using a Scottish town name mod to make all the towns Scottish. Okay. I live in Scotland, I'm Scottish, I want my towns to be Scottish, so if you don't like it, tough luck. You're free to just close the video and go away if you don't like it, you know. I'm not particularly caring if you do that. You're the one that's losing out in the tutorial, not me, so, you know. Alright, so there is a good one as well. That is a good example there as well of how I would do this. The only problem is it's going right through residential. Fucking bitch. Fucking son of a bitch. But it's a good example of how to fix it though. I've set myself to have 5 million starting funds. I've also removed the debt, but everybody starts with 5 million starting funds regardless. So we'll keep you pinned up there, just so I remember to go back down to you if I got any money left after this. Right, so how I would handle it. This is a good question. First off, this one is going to be a bit different to... Yeah, because I got that one there, so I'm going to make this one a bit different to how I do these two. Alright, anyway, so this one I would just take... Okay, there's people who use trains, I use buses, or trucks, sorry. I prefer trucks to trains. Trucks actually get you more money in trains overall. Right, so first what I'd do is I'd knock this down to one platform. Like that. I would knock it down. It doesn't matter if you use left or right, okay? It really does not matter. If there's only one set of trucks coming to this station, or you use left or right, does not matter. Okay, it's entirely up to yourself if you use left or right platform. Right, so... and I would also make sure it's only 10 meters, because you won't need more than 10 meters. The whole idea is you'll be taking enough fuel out of there that there won't be any left for it to... It won't need more than 10 meters, because it will just... That can hold 20 and you're going to be taking 4 at a time, so you won't need more about 4 to 8 on at a time. Right, so it's entirely up to yourself how you do this. Would you aim it that way and go down to there, or would you aim it that way and go, you know, and then go along to there from there? You can also spend the money to make a road that way if you want to. I am not telling you how to make your stations here. I am telling you how to work your lines. So anyway, yeah, just personally, I would go for a stage one little there, and you know, just a little road like that, and just follow. And I'll use the natural roads that's there. You can build your own roads if you want. Okay, I am not stopping you. Alright, so hang on, what's the terrain like for height generation? Because I've got this in a fairly high... Yeah, they're going uphill massively there. I know they're going downhill massively there. Hey! They're going whoosh! And they're coming uphill to here. Oh dear, that'll be fun. Going down the way was easy though. Going down the way of cargo is always easy. It's the return journey. It's going to be a bitch. Whatever. So this one I would have 2 platforms on, but for now I only need 1. So I'd build 1 to start with. The idea is I am going to bring fuel in from there up to here onto a separate platform later on. But it's not during this, I'm just showing this off now like that, just so you can see what's going on. And then I would never, ever, ever connect that onto the road directly. Like, I'd never directly connect that onto a road by its sideways like that. I'd always have a road coming off it. Like, a road coming straight off. Never sideways onto it like that. The reason being is it forces you to have traffic lights at that junction. In later years, you cannot turn the traffic lights off at that junction, and I'd like to have the option to turn it off myself if I want to. Right, here I would. I want a bendy road. Give me my bendy roads. Give me my bendy roads. Yeah, I'd have a bendy road there. And then I only need 1 here. Probably better to have one on the left than on the right. Yeah, I can connect one like that and aim that straight into the corner there. And then yeah, let's do that again. Yes, I would rather have it like that. Put in like that, and then this is a mod that lets me choose what type of exit I want on it, but I'll just use the standard one for us now. What the fudge is that? Oh, that's the standard one. Right, okay. And then I'd have a road that connects back in like that. There's a good reason for this. Okay. In fact, I may just even, because it's me, I would take it right around to there like that. And yeah, being me, I would not do that. I would bring it in like that. I would never make a road like this to that cost normally to start the game unless I was sure I was going to make a profit off the line. And then yeah, bring it in here, because obviously the industry is going to go this way and this way and this way. So I'll bring it back to about here. And then I would have a street going from there to there. I wouldn't make it that much normally. But whatever, just for this quick tutorial, you can build the roads how you want. This is just me making a quick tutorial on the line, not the roads. Okay? Right, I'd go from there, to there, to there, to there. And that pisses me off, but there's not much I can do about it. I do not like lines crossing each other like that. Early game anyway. Later game, this would not bother me in the slightest because there was so few trucks on the line it wouldn't matter. Either way, it doesn't matter. And then for me, I colour my lines to tell me what the line is. Like say, I was going to use, well, yeah, this is standard colours here. I would use say dark green for, say, like a dark green for any line that does not actually go into a town, and then I'd use a lighter green for lines that do go into a town. And that way it signalises when I look at the map and I see a line, or I'm looking for the line list, I know whether the line goes into a town or not, because this is important to do how I pick the trucks that go on it, or the cars that go on it, the buses, trams, whatever. it's important to me to know where a line goes to know if it goes into town or not. In this case, it's not that big a deal. One, because there's only one type of truck available this year, and two, this is not actually going through residential in any way. So it really matters for it really matters to me for when it goes through residential, because residential is where the noise pollution affects things. If you're going through purely industrial and commercial, like this is here, it's going up here along there, it's avoiding residential completely. So this town would not be affected by any noise pollution of trucks. So in that respect, I wouldn't give a flying monkeys of what type of vehicle goes through here. Okay, so trucks are going to be on the American side of the road. Yeah, they'll be on the American side of the road, won't they? Yep, they're on the American side of the road. Right, so I'll take a road off of here, and never ever plant it on the corner. Never plant it on the side of a road, because it forces traffic lights. And traffic lights in this game are amazingly bad. Right, so here's where actually you have to pay attention to your line. You want your line thing to be open, so you want your line, this bit of the line open, pin it open, make sure it doesn't close. And to start the line off, you're right, I'll detail what these things mean before I go on. Balance tells you how much money it currently has, how much money compared to how much income versus how much maintenance you're putting out. It's like basically maintenance versus income to give you either profit or deficit on the line. If it's blue and it's a positive number, that's profit. If it's red and negative, that's a deficit. It means you're losing money on that line. But do not immediately jump to conclusions. That is the current profit or deficit, not the overall for the year, not the average for the year. That's just the current amount. So say that there's like 16 trucks on the line, and the first one's got the oil delivered. It's made a profit of £4,000. Okay, good. But the rest of them are still in negative because they've been paying maintenance the whole way along the line. So the overall balance would be negative because only one truck's made a delivery. So do not panic about the balance straight away. Let the trucks get a full circuit of the line before you see whether the balance is positive or negative then. The rate is how many units it's moving per 10 minutes. This is important, per 10 minutes of real game time, real lifetime, but you have to take into account these modifiers here, the speed. If you're playing at 1 time speed, it's every 10 minutes in real life is that's how many units of cargo it's moving. Okay, that is a year or a quarter year or a half year, depending on what game meter speed you play on. If you play on 1 quarter year speed, it'll be every quarter year, that's how many it's going through. If you play in half year speed, it'll be how many half years. That's every half year. That's how many it's going through. And if you play on full speed, normal speed, that's how many again every year. And again, if you up the speeds to twice and double, quadruple speed, that's every second year and every fourth year how much you're making. So that is just in 1 time speed and 1 times year speed is every year. At quarter year speed, it's every quarter year how much you're making. But that is every quarter, half, or year compared to the year speed is every 10 minutes of real life time. And so if you put that up to 4 times, it's every 2.5 minutes of real life time, but 10 minutes of in-game time. Oh, I just closed the line for no good reason because I was looking at that. Oops. Right, rate, so that's what rate is. Frequency is how often a truck comes to each station. So say that there's 4 stations here, and it takes a complete tour to do a complete tour. It takes say 2.5 minutes, which is a quarter year, right? So it takes 2.5 minutes to go through 4 stations, so that would be about every 37 seconds a truck appears at a station. Well, it takes one truck to get around a station every 37 seconds. But if you're then got 2 trucks in line, it's every, say, 18.5 seconds a truck will be at a station. So your frequency will be every 18.5 seconds. That's how often trucks go. So it's how often the total time of the route divided by the number of trucks on the line. It will give you the frequency. It doesn't mean this station is always going to have a truck in it every 17 seconds or every 18 seconds if you've got 2 trucks in the line. No. If the 2 trucks are next to each other, they're going to come in, do, and go. And it'll be a lot longer before it goes back into there. That's just the average time. Like, of the time it takes to go around divided by the number of stations. Cargo, it tells you what's on the line, blah blah blah. Vehicle tells you what's on the line. That cargo tells you how full each vehicle is of that cargo type as well. Like if there's 6 vehicles in the line that carry refined crude oil, and there's 6 on that carries refined oil and 6 that carry fuel, it'll tell you, and each truck carries 4, so that will tell you how much of 24 you're carrying, how of crude oil, how much of 24 refined oil you're carrying, and how much of 24 fuel you're carrying. But bear in mind, once it's delivered fuel here, it's still set for fuel until it gets back here. So even if it's like saying you only carry 6 fuel, it could just be there's 2 trucks with 3 each, and the other 2 are on the way back to the depot. So that's all this means. So how I would work the line from there is I would try and match the rate here to the output of the base. The very first one you're using, and I would always use a big line like this rather than 1 to there, 1 to there, 1 to there, 1 to there. That is, before I carry on there, I'll explain that. That is a very bad line to make. It's 4 different lines, well, 1, 2, 3 different lines rather than one big line. Because if you look at it, going all the way up here, you're making money. Going from here to here, you're making money. Going from here to here, you're making money. And only in this short trip back here are you losing money. So that is a small portion of the journey compared to all that, and that. So you're making maybe about a 75% profit on that line. Whereas going from here to here and back is a 50% profit on the line, because you're making money going that way, and then you're losing money going all the way back here. The same here, you're making money going that way, but you're losing money going all the way back here. And then here, you're making money going down there and losing money going back there. So it's a 50-50 split on all 3 lines for making money. Whereas this one line is making a profit on 75% of the line and losing money on 25% of the line. And it's not even fit with 75 to 25, because that is much bigger there to there than it is from there to there. So yes, I'd rather use one circular line than 3 different half lines, whereas that one would be an exception because I'm then powering up the refinery to get more to go into there. But that's a bit later on. So yes, I'd rather have one big line than multiple small lines. And there's other tricks you can do, I'll explain later. Anyway, I would want my rate to match the production rate here, because that's 400 units every quarter, half, or year, whatever your eater speed is. So we'll just pretend it's on full eater speed, which is just normal times 1 times eater speed, right? So that's 400 units every year, and that rate is how many units you move per year. So you want it to be roughly the same as that. I've enabled all vehicles, yeah, but this is a European map, so I'll go for European ones. I will start with, say, 50 of them. 1.1 million, that's easy enough to expand on. You might think that is overkill. It is not, by a long chalk. Because we'll put this on. Give me a rate, 100. The actual rate of the line with 50 vehicles is 100. There is nowhere near enough there to just get this line going. So I can afford to put on another 50. 200. And then I have got enough money to put on another 50. Another 50, so I will do that. This is what I would do. I would just fill the line up until it gets to... You might think I'm joking. You're not going to lose money in this until that rate goes over 400. You're not going to lose money on this line doing this. So that's what I would do. 325 is plenty because that rate is going to go up again. The only problem is if it gets up to there and back and blah blah, and you know it gets here before the other ones come out the depot. That's when I would consider selling some off. But for us now, just to see how it goes, I'll leave it like that, and it's paused either speed so we can just. Right, you might not believe me. This is actually a good thing. Right, so it's going to put as much as it can, and they're going to pick up as much as they can. So let's watch this guy here. No, this one here. And we'll take him round a run. How long have I been going for? 20 minutes. This has been 20 minutes me explaining things. I've not even got on to the fucking advanced tips and tricks here. I run at 4 times speed, by the way, always. See, the shipment's just going up and up and up and up and up. And they're all getting full loads just now. That rate will go up, by the way. It won't stay at V25, it will go up to something higher once it's worked out the route and how many crossovers it needs to do, how many times it stop like vehicles through, and count for the grade of the hills and all that. Once it accounts for all that, it'll tell you what the true rate is. 325 is its base rate for the length of the line, how fast they can go, and how much they can carry. That's it at the first station, and 68 is just coming out now. It can easily handle 150 on the line, so they're making 8 grand almost, 7.7 grand each time they go in, and they're collecting 2 refined fuel each, apart from this first one here, who, because he delivered first, didn't get anything. This is where that steep hill comes into play. Because he's carrying more, he's going slower up this hill, and all the ones behind him are getting held up just now. But that's because the ones behind him didn't have anything in it. Nope. Yep, so they're all going slowly up this hill because they are got more load on them, whereas the first one just pulling away like there's nothing there. See, the rates went up to 350 now, and they're all making money at this station here, 8 grand each. So they were lost about 500,000 just getting there, but they're now hammering in there, making 8 grand each. 150 at 8 grand each is going to be quite a lot of money. Yeah, they're still pouring out here. The rate's so high because they're all just pouring out here into there just now. You can see this line of trucks just pushing up the hill. This probably wasn't the best place to start for that wise. But once they do, they'll be getting fuel. And once the fuel gets going, that means they'll be making money down to here as well. And they'll be going downhill to get there, so they'll make a bit of time up there. I can go... 3 guys on an incline. Oh, the poor wee fella, he's just pulling up. This poor horse is getting its pay earned here. See, this profit balance is quickly going back down again. You know, quickly going back to zero again. Oh, the poor horse is going over the hill again! Oh, no! No, see, it's the positive balance. That's this vehicle's positive balance. So this vehicle here has got positive balance, and it's only negative because these ones are still getting to the first station. They're still making it to the first station. See, here's the end of the queue here. And the end of the queue is just going in and he's just getting to the last station now. So that line can easily handle 150 on it. And it's now a positive balance as well. So you could start, if you were in there, you could start paying off your loan now. You could have paid off the loan before it started as well, but... Oh, I put that on the wrong side of the road! So that's a wee bit of wonkiness there. It would be more ideal to have one on this side of the road, so they just pull in and go. But they're all working out themselves in a wee dance here. They're no interfering with each other, they're making it round, no bother. As you can see now, he has no fuel, but he does. So they both got a £2 profit at this point. And you can see the profit of the line's going up to about 200,000 a year just now. That makes £2 getting down to there. And they make £6 getting to there. So overall that is 7.7, 6.3, so that's 14 grand, 16 grand. 16 grand they're making on the total trip around the line. And he's only, this is the first one who didn't get any refined fuel or refined oil or refuel, and he's only -4 after going round the line once. And they're making 16 grand. On top of, so that's another 9 grand on top of what so he'd be about 5 grand in profit right now. And now they're off again, do another full circuit. So you can see this line is actually making a lot of money really fast. You can start paying off your loan right now. This is normal mode, by the way. This is not hard mode, this is not easy mode, this is normal mode. This is what you would expect in just a normal game. So that is... yeah, that's a basic of a line. Never do the stupid one-to-one, one-to-one, one-to-one stuff. Unless you're forced to. But I'd always find a way around it. To make sure I get more profit on the line than what is there. So that's I'm here to tell you how to do these things. But there you go. Yeah, that's 28 minutes old, and it's not 28 minutes in time. That's 28 minutes of video time, in game time. This is at 4 times speed, so that's 7 minutes. Right, so that is how you make money on a line like that. That is the first stage of it. Is you want to keep your line going in a circular motion as possible. Unfortunately, there's going to have to be a crossover here and here. But fortunately, they're not seeming to interfere with each other too much here. They're managing to get round, no bother. As you can see, like I said, going from here to here to here is all profit. They are making money the whole way around to here. It is just when they get back on this little journey here where they're not making money. And I'm keeping them out of the town's residential district, doing it this way. Because the residential is where you get noise pollution from, and I've got 0 noise pollution. However, the traffic is quite high. I wonder how that is. Is it because I'm sending about 150 trucks through their streets? It may have something to do with that. But as you see, it's happy and it's growing. Yeah, so that's the basic entry of it. Next stage, let's see if I can find one that can do the trick. See? Let's see, where can I do a swapsy? Let's see, is there anything I can use a swapsy on? And you'll see what I mean in a minute. If I can find a swapsy point. Because it's not always available to swapsy, okay? That might work. Yeah, it's kind of a stretch, but just to show you the general idea of what I mean. Right, it's kind of a stretch to say this is how it would work, because there's these ones here. Yes, and there's this here. Ignore this, 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 and this. Pretend these don't exist. This is sandbox mode. I can do what I want. Right? So they don't exist in this world. Okay? So, if I wanted to get these logs to there, to go on to somewhere else, it's a kind of bitch to it. There's nowhere around I would send them to, but let's pretend there's a tools factory there, and that. Let's pretend there's a tools factory there. Right? I'm just going to plonk an industry in. Right. There's a tool factory there. Rightio. We've got this here that needs plastic to go down to here. Right. What I do is I take a line from this oil well to here to make refined oil, to here to make plastic, and then instead of being one big route like a normal, I'll have a line from here to here, and here to here, and here to here, which does not make sense right now, and a line from here to here. Right? Myth does not make sense to you, but trust me. Now, not at this stage of the game anyway. This will be later on once there's bigger vehicles to do this. Anyway, so I'll take crude oil from here to here, refined oil from here to here, then take plastic back to here, then plastic from there to there. I'll just set up the line to let it only do this, and I'll show you how in a second. And then from here I'll take plastic to there and logs back the way. This does not make sense to some people, and I'd have to set it up to show you. I will advance the year in a second and show you what I mean with better trucks. So I'll explain it all just now. So plastic's going from there to there, and logs are going from there to there. Now logs I would take from this station I just dropped them off at to go here. And then I'd bring it back on the same line to here. And then from there I would bring them into town. Alright, and that would be up here as commercial, which is a pain in the butt. This is the point where you've got enough money you can make a tunnel from here to there without caring. And then I'd bring it back down through town over a tunnel here back to this depot. Right? Notice my account balance is going up and up and up just now. I'm getting about 250,000 a year. Off 205,000 a year off that line. Oh, and here is another thing if you're looking to make money, before I carry on with that other one. With this one, this line, manage your vehicles, put the maintenance to high. This might sound silly, put the maintenance to high. That will make you more money. Now, this might sound silly, but putting the maintenance to high makes you more money, because, let's look at this, And I'll go back to that one in a second. That will re-explain it all. Here I'm making 800,000 off it every year, and I'm only paying 600,000 onto it on maintenance, which is a total profit of 200,000. This fucking profit here, assuming the line is still, no, it's only at 240. It is barely getting what it needs to do. I can handle a lot more on that line, by the way. So it's cost me a maintenance of 600,000. An extra quarter on that's 150,000. So 150,000 a year for those vehicles that last how long? How long? 3 hours and 10 minutes. A year is 10 minutes. So that's the same as saying 15 years roughly. So they last 15 years, if I remember correctly. That's the lifespan of them, 15 years. So that's 2.25 million over the course of 15 years you're spending on extra maintenance on them. Whereas to replace them all is 2.4 million. You would be saving money on having the maintenance high as to spending money on them buying the new ones. It might be only 15 grand, but overall you're saving money. Usually it works out better. It's Sebo! Excuse me, puppy! You're not a part of this tutorial! You're not part of this tutorial! No! Sebo! Come here! Come here! Right, come up here. You can see what Daddy's doing and you can stop being a pesty. Right, okay. See, okay, you're part of the tutorial now. You're telling people what to do. Yes. 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 Be a good boy. Stop woofing. Now, yes, so overall you'll be making money on this line just by having it at high maintenance. Because you spend less on maintenance at high over the course of its lifespan than you do replacing it. It costs more to replace them than it does to keep them at high maintenance. You might see a smaller number per year with this. Oh no, you'll see a smaller number per year. No, what a shame. You see a smaller number every year. But you will actually be making more money, so overall it's easier just to have it high maintenance. And then just replace them as needed when a new truck comes out that you want to replace it with. Hi. Yes. Yes, I love you, Popster. Yes, I love you. I love you because yes. Anyway, we'll go to the garage and we'll show you just exactly how I mean. The price of the vehicle is, save all, lifespan is 6 hours. Right, save all! Stop that. Stop it. So if it's normal airspeed, that'd be 15 years. Right, and the maintenance is 4 grand. So an extra 1 grand per year, which is 150,000 because there's 150 of them, and it's 1 grand extra, so 150,000. So you're paying an extra 1 grand per vehicle for 15 years. So you're paying 15 grand roughly to keep the vehicle going, instead of having to pay 23 grand over the 15 years to keep buying a new one. So overall you'll be making more money on your vehicle if you're set your line up correctly, and you know, in a resource and in a way it gets you plenty of profit. Seville, would you just settle down? He's heard something outside and now he's all woofy. So anyway, as I explained, I take oil from there to there, refined oil from there to there, and plastic back there, and then plastic back on this line to here, and then over here by this line, and logs this way. Then I bring logs down to here, back to there, and back to here. in one single line, and you know, going tunnel that way, bridge that way, so I'm avoiding crossovers as much as possible. And then the plastics will come, yeah, tools will be in town, and that'll be you. And the plastics are going down here by another line to here, and then I'd have, say, this iron, take iron up to there, and then bring the steel back down to here, and then go back down to there. And then I would use this coal here, which is the closest coal, to bring coal into here. Yeah, and then back to me. So I'll then take, yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, but I then take a separate, a third line going off of here to take the goods into town, rather than try and bring it from here up to there and back down here, because that's overall losing you more money. It would be just to take a separate line that way. And trying to go from there to there to there is just a complete waste of resources. So yeah, I would then take a separate line from here, take the goods into town. And we've also got refined crude oil here, and refinery there, fuel there. So later game you can take it all the way down to there, and back into town and go back there. Again, this would be like a massive trip down here making profit, a massive trip up there making profit, a massive trip there making profit, and this tiny little journey here, you're losing money. Seville, do not react to that. Right? Calm down. Calm down. Calm, boy. Calm. It's alright. It's alright. Somebody just opened the gate. Oh no, someone opened the gate, boy. Oh, what a shame. Yes, what a shame. So, yeah. This is what I mean. You don't think, oh, I have to take the logs from there to there to there. You can take the logs over that line there and exchange the plastics that way. And that line will be making money going that way, taking plastics, and make money going that way, taking logs. Example, calm down. Calm down. That's just how you have to think about lines, is you want to have as much going on that line at all times as possible. The only time you don't want to have anything on the line is when it's returning from the city. That is the only time you should have nothing on the line, when it comes back from the city to go back to the catch point. Stop it, Neville. I know, you want to defend house and home. I know, you're a little puppy. You're still a little puppy, okay? You're 9 months old. You don't have to defend house and home right now, okay? Daddy does that. Now, yes, so that's the basics. So I could advance time forward now and do that, but the video will be a lot longer. So just to explain the basics of it, we'll use paint terrain just to show the lines. No, seriously though. Yeah, so I would have a line going from there to there, bringing crude oil to there and plastics back. One taken from there to there and back, which you would take in refined oil that way and plastics this way. So the plastics come down to here, then go on this line, go down to here, then go on this line and go to here. This only works if they can see a path though. This industry here needs to see a path to get its plastics down to here. So you have to have lines set up to go from here to here, and here to here, and here to here, and here down to here. And this one actually, now I think about it, instead of having a separate line going into town, you could take the plastics down and bring the goods into town and then head back up there, and that way it's still making a bit of a profit. It's going profit there, profit to there, and loss there, so it's reducing its losses at least. So that would be a better option than having a separate line. Yes, so I'll set it up with depots so you can see visually what's going on. Right, Sepple, can you go down to the floor now and be a good boy? That's a good boy. Right, so don't start barking, boy. Yeah, that works that way. Good. So I'd want 2 on this, and I always put it at the side of the road. I never put it on the road. Okay. Yeah. So you could use trains if you want. Okay. I am not going to complain if you want to use trains. I am just giving you an example. This is going to have plastics and plastic and log exchange. It's going to have the oil and plastics exchange, and it's also going to have the tools and logs exchange. So I'll need 3 platforms in total. Right, this one is just going to have tools. It's just going to deal with tools and nothing more. This one would deal with just the tools and the logs to planks and nothing more. So I'd only need one in that. Yes, game, I know. And this one is only going to have one thing coming through it. This thing is going to have 2 things coming through it. I'll be making more nodes at this point. This is the point in the game where I'll be having, so we'll just set the era to be, it'll be about this point in the game where I'm setting up these lines, so change the era, will you? Sebo! See, I've got these vehicles now. Sebo! Calm down! And by this point, I would have bigger trucks up here, making me more money. But just for the sake of it, at this point I would have about, you think I'm lying, but I'd have over 1 billion at this point. But just for the convenience sake, I'll say 500 million. Right? So we've got 500 million. So at this point in the game I'd have 500 million, and then I would just upgrade this line to make the rate 400. Okay. Cargo, what type of cargo trucks I'll be using this one, possibly, or this one, because it's only fuel in that line. So I'll use those separate trucks, the one that specialises. Oh my word, that is a lot of... Yeah, so this is the point, when you're upgrading, you want to get the rate of the line back down. Oh god, no. And town would have grown by this point as well, but hell. 25 drops the rate down to 800. Oh dear lord, this is going to take a while to knock you all the way down. Knock 25 off the line. 600. We're getting there. And they would naturally spread out over the years as you take them off. Because I'm doing 25 at a time here. 500. You see how this line is decreased down to 65 vehicles? There we go, 434, that would do. That would be an appropriate number. And then that will sort itself out in a minute. Anyway. So, I'd have these vehicles at this point. There. I would need a delivery point in here. Which would be about, if I would come in, I'd come down here. Then go out of town that way. Which I'll explain in a second. And then I would have Sebo, calm down. The iron ore line coming in with steel here, and that line coming with goods there. So I need 2 in this one. Again, I am putting the side on for a reason. Have your things side on if you can. That's where I view it. Again, this is side on for a reason. And this one, I would have the coal and the iron line coming in, so I'd want 2. So that would be bringing in steel to there, that would be bringing in plastics to there, and that's going to, yeah, so the coal would be here. So I'd only need the one. I prefer the right hand side to the left. Simply because it makes the line easier. Right, so that is all I need to get this running. And then, shut up game, I know they're not connected. Again, I wouldn't have a connection there. One, connect over there. Oops, wrong button. Sebo! Sebo! I'm not making the line here, so it doesn't matter. Stupid neighbour's dogs just howling in the background. Sebo! Calm! I know, Sebo! Calm down! And I would have a road going from there to there. Yes, I know, Seville. The neighbour's dog's howling. It's not my fault. I can't do anything about it. Right. Seville! Stop! Woofing! What should the bloody well get our dog to shut up, like? And this one I would just go right under the ground. And then go from there to there. This is an example to show you how I would set up the line. No, come on here. I would not worry about going underground here either. I have a line there going down to there. And then this one I would have go overland to avoid all of the... Now what side of the road will it be on? This side? Yeah, so I'd bring it in this way. And then like that. That way you're avoiding as much of this as possible. I'll show you how that works in a second. And finally, yes, I would need yes, one going that way. If I was using boats, I'd be careful to make the bridge like this better, but configure that one, have an exit that way. Alright, so this is all line setup information. I'll put in the description information about where when the advanced tips and tricks start and when the basic ones ends. So yes, I would have all this set up, and then from here I would lead a line down to there. Yep. So then be a line from there, and I'll show you something else in a second. Yep, I would not bother about 2 clicks down as a tunnel. So then I'd go there. Like that. And yeah, that's going through residential, isn't it? Whereas this is commercial here, so it'd be much easier to go around like that. And it comes down that way and goes that way, so then that's fine, there's no crossover. Comes out here, and then yeah, I would just have a... What side of the road is it going on? Fucking Americans. Yeah, I'd go down like that. onto that road again and head right back up the way. Yes, this must be frustrating for some people. And then this one, yep. This is where the iron's coming back from. Well, I want the standard one, okay? Right, and then this way. Yes. I do not like having to... No, I am going to put that in from the other side. And keep the coal and iron coming in different directions. Like that. And like I said, at this point in the game you'll be making enough money you wouldn't care about making routes like this. And finally... Again, because that's crossing over things, it's not possible, but just click it down one to a tunnel, and the truck's horsepower is not going to care about that, okay? That sort of gradient, the truck's horsepower will not care about. So now we've got this connected to that, and that connected to that, and that's all these two need, and this one needs somewhere in town to deliver. Servo! Right, so that's how I'd set it up, all the buildings. That's all you need for setup. So, I would have first a line going from there to there. And that would be Gretna crude oil. I always name it so I know exactly what it's doing. I'd normally put cargo on the end of it so I know it's a truck stop. Then one from there to there, which will be Gretna fuel, or Gretna plastics. Right, and then I'll have one going from there to there. Oh no. I want a new line for that. Right, one from there to there. Servo! I just can't get logged plastics to make it. Servo! Where's your water bottle? Yeah, it's not even reaching you, but you're still scared of it. Right, so he's been water bottled. It's just a water bottle, do not worry. Go from there to there. See, this is not crossing over at any point. At no point does this cross over apart from there, which is annoying. It's crap for me, but I'll have to put up with it. The other way around it is to put the tunnel under the ground to there and then come back. Which is annoying as buggery, but yes. I'd rather just put up with that. I've made underground roundabouts before to get around it, but right, so I'll make a line like that. So this is just showing you how my lines work out. And that's Gretna tools. Right. And then I would have another line going from there down to this place, and then back up there. See, it's nicely avoiding town by going under it, and then going through the commercial districts, industrial districts, and avoiding all the residential. So this is Kirkcaldy. And that's goods. That's delivering goods to Kirkcaldy. Right. Then we'd need a line from there. Give me a line. Oh, it's saving. Well, 2 lines will do. Kirkcaldy from iron to steel to the goods. Alright, and then I'll set up terminals after this, but hell. So that's Kirkcaldy Steel. And then the final one would be Kirkcaldy Coal, which goes from there to there. Let's make this a violet colour because it's not been used yet. Kirkcaldy Coal. Right, so that tells me what each of those things are doing. So as you can see here, this one is a line from there to there, take coal in, that's got taking iron into there, take steel in, that's taking plastics from there down to there to take goods into town and then go back. That one is then going from there to there, taking logs over there and taking the plastic back. So this is making money over a lot of distances. I could flood this with trucks now and it would run and it would actually send things, but hey ho. So the main point of this is not to do that, it's to show you how to then do this. See this icon here with your lines? This is your line manager. So this tells you what station is, what terminal it's on the station you're using. You can also, I normally just click on the station to do that, but I'll sort that in a second. Okay, this is going to get sorted in a second. There use my right stationers away through. I'm going to strangle them. Right, anyway, so yes, for this point, this is how full load, or you want load whatever's there is that. You want to wait till there's a full load of anything that's available at the depot, or do you want to wait for till everything is full? So that's only one. If you've got multiple cargo containers, it'll only wait till one cargo container is full and then it'll go. This waits till the whole thing's full. That doesn't come into play with trucks. That's for ships and planes and trains mainly. You wouldn't have to change that for trucks really, other to that or to that. That's not used for trucks. Trucks aren't multi-segmented, which is a shame. I think the big 40 tons should be. Anyway, the filter is where you can change what goes on the line. So from Gretna Halt, I only want to load crude oil, and I only want to load plastics. And then from up Gretna Green, I want load plastics and unload crude oil. So that would stop anything but that going back and forward, but I can still see that that's what you want on that line. So cause these cross each other all the time, this might try, if that town wanted tools, like say if that town wanted tools, it might try and send the tools from here past that station to here and then get one of them to pick it up here to take it somewhere else. So if you set that to say this line here, Gretna Halt, we only want to load plastics and unload logs, and then this one, Central, we only want to load logs and unload plastics. That means it will not try and pick up any tools from there to go this way, so it won't try and send any tools down to here, and it won't try and send any tools up here either, but that's not going to make a difference unless something else comes in here. Like say it picks up plastics to go over here and goes at that town, then it might try and send tools that way, but otherwise no, it won't do that. Yeah, so yeah, and also the stations, right, terminals, I'll try and keep the line that comes that way, go to number 1, and that one can be anyone for I care. So now, as you can see, this comes in a nice smooth manner and goes back out again. This one, I try to keep them on the right. See, like that's the opposite to how I like it. I like that to be 2, and that to be 1. So they come in a smooth manner, stop and go. By the way, any vehicles crossing here and here won't get stopped by each other. They'll just pass right through, like they're not even there. Is that line still? Yeah, you look at the rating of that. That's 1,000. No wonder it's losing money. Wow, that went up a lot. And that's because it was slowly caught up in hills and they couldn't do anything. That's 600 now. $500. $400. Right. So we went from 150 vehicles to 25 on this line. Just as you note, you should always be paying attention to what type of vehicles on, and you also be upgrading the roads to make sure they can do their full speed. They're limited to 25 mile an hour just now, and I'm pretty sure they can do up to 31 or something like that. So that rate would be even higher, 37. So that rate can be even higher than it is just now, and use even less trucks. From something that was using over 150 trucks before. And by the end of the game, I'd have four 40 tons on that. Yeah, so as you can see there, how these lines go. Again, I would have that the other way round. And any vehicles crossing over here and here won't collide. They'll just pass through each other like they don't exist. Again, game does it the opposite way to what I want. But yeah, that is how I'd set up these lines, and that would make you money. I guarantee you this would make money at this point in the game with the vehicles you've got available. You would make money on this line, a lot of money, a lot of money on this line. Yeah, so anyway, line tutorials, this stuff is what you need to set cargo filters to stop things going back and forward that you don't want to. It's like a whitelist and a blacklist for cargo. I'm pretty sure that only means it's connected. This icon here is for whether it's connected or not. It turns red if it can't connect by road to the next station, or rail, or whatever, rail or sea. Air doesn't matter because air doesn't care. As long as there's a runway, it can get there. That's as much as you can say about runway. Airports, if there's a runway, it will get there. But in these cases, that's to tell you where it's connected to where the line can connect via the roads that are available. Alright, yeah, and like I said, you want to keep your lines, to keep the rates about 400 for any, for like iron, coal, or oil. 400 is what they can put out, but the maximum this can put out is 200. And it can only, and the maximum it can produce is 200 with one oil well. The maximum it can ship is to 200 because that can take 200, and the maximum this can ship is whatever town's limit is aimed at. So this town's got a limit of 100, so it can only ship 100. Once you get this town grown up to be above 200 usage, it will start sending out more than 200 then, and if it's producing more than 200, it will upgrade to the next level to make 300 and 400. Seville, stop that. So that's how that. But I'll explain that in an industry tutorial. But yeah. Yeah, like I said, you want your line to the rate to match the output of that. There's one exception to that rule, which is, where can I find a farm? There's a farm. Farms only put out 200, so you want that line to be 200 rate. Regardless of what's going into that town, you want 400 rate because you want to get as much oil into there as possible, as much refined oil into there as possible, and the reduced fuel from there to there is not that big of a deal. The line will still make a lot of money. Same with, where is it here? You want to take 400 out of that, so you want the rate to be 400. You want to take 400 out of that, and if you're taking from one depot to another, you want to make sure the rates are about the same. If this depot's got less than that, the line taking the logs from here to there is less than that, then it's going to pile up in this depot. Which you don't want. You don't want it to pile up. You want it to be beaten down and only taking the right amount each time. You want each of these trucks to hold just exactly what they need to take. See, that's a little bit overkill, but you can never get that exactly 400, so if they were spread out more, they'd be taking a full truckload each. It's because they're not spread out, because I haven't done it over the years. I just jumped 100 years and suddenly took about 125 trucks off the line. It's a little bit confused right now. Over the natural course of the game, as you take small amounts of trucks off at a time, that would be fine. And you don't have to be precise. If it's between 4 and 500, I wouldn't care on normal or easy difficulty. If it's at hard difficulty, then I would be paying more attention to get that number exactly right on the line, to get the rate right. Finally, there's another trick you can do. It's the same as this one, switching over, but to do with airports. If you've got a resource here in one corner of the map, and you can take it all the way over here, and to switch it over with something else, like say, let's see, that's making grain there. Is it any? There's a farm there, and that needs bread. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Alright, that is absolutely perfect. This is perfecto. But it needs plastics there. So, where's plastics? There's plastics there, which I could ship down to there. But what would I take back up? Bricks? Have I got bricks down here? Nope. We don't have bricks. Tools? We don't have tools. That would be a perfect line at that point. Oh, we have tools here. We could get tools going. Where's the nearest logs and... Oh, there's the... Wow, that's a pain in the ass on the line, but... Okay, so let's pretend there was... Let's just pretend, for the sake of argument, there was, say, also a sawmill there, a sawmill there, and a log, and a forestry there. This would be one complicated buggery line, by the way. Yeah, I would then take grain from here all the way down to here to this farm, and believe me, that would make money even without something going the other way. And then I would take steel, like coal and iron, make steel to here to fly all the way back to go into this goods factory. Never mind about plastics, that will use it. It will use the steel that goes into it. That's an important point. And I think there's a few farms up there I could just ship. Yeah, there's a farm there. I could have plenty of grain going into that airport and keep it going. Yeah, so I got enough airport grain to go into that to keep this bakery going at max production, so that'd be fine. I would just ship all that grain by plane to here, then all the steel I make here back onto the plane and go back to that goods factory. Alright, so that's fine, and I could also then ship plastics down to go by another. Well, I can make plastics here and send the plastics over to there as well to make the goods complete. Well, where do the goods go? Actually, what towns need goods? Glenfinnan, yes. So I could have another airport here next to this logs that then take that to make tools, and the tools would go by train up to here to this oil well, and this oil well would take oil there to there and bring plastics back to here, and then it would have another line taking tools into town, and the plastic come all the way back down to this line to this airport here, and they'll go on this airport or a train down to this airport, and this airport will take the plastics over and bring the goods back, and the goods will go by another line into that town. And you don't believe me, but that would make you about 200 million a year, just for the airplanes alone. Just from the air freight alone, you'd make 200 million off that line in about year 2000. Oh, by the way, that line I've optimised is now making 1.5 million a year on its own. So yes, that would be an astounding route that would make you a lot of money. Yeah, yes, you would make money. You just have to trust me on that fact. I am not going to make that line just now. Can I make the big airport to do a job? Yes, I could. A big cargo airport, just stuck right there. Come on, game, don't freak out at me now. Yeah, a big cargo airport stuck right there. In the 1980s, where I get the second runway. Yeah, and one there for that. And then a train line coming down that would deliver the. Oh yeah, the train line coming down would deliver the plastics into here, and would take the tools going back the other way, and so all those lines supplying these with like steel, supplying this with steel, supplying with tools, supplying with plastics, and then the rail line bring the plastics all the way down. They would be making money the whole time. The ones taking the goods into that town would make money. The ones taking bread into that town would make money. The ones taking tools into that town would make money, and you would just have a never-ending supply of money at that point. I have a total profit per year down here as 600 million, and that's a quarter year speed game. So that's about 2.4 million per year I make. 2.4 billion a year I make, which is outstanding. Yes, that's after all the maintenance. So yeah, I'm making a little bit of money in that game. I've got an LP of it on the channel where you can see what's happening for that one. But anyway, yes, so just take note of how you don't have to be limited to just go and do 1-1-1-1 and then take that somewhere. You know, you can do it like this. You can take the goods that way, take the oil that way, take the refined oil that way, take the plastics back the way over this line, which is changing off logs over. It doesn't have to, but the changing the logs back the way just to make sure it makes money going this way, and then it'll make money going down all the way here to deliver the goods, deliver the plastics to here to make goods to bring it into here. And this will be making steel, and they'll be making money off these lines. There's just a clusterfuck of stuff going on here, and you'd make money everywhere. Yeah, and like I said, pay attention to your lines when you upgrade trucks. Where if you want a rate of 400 and you've just upgraded and it only goes to 350, do not panic. Like you've seen, that one's down at 370 and it's went up to 412 now. They have to have their time to sort themselves out. Like once you've put new trucks on and then sold off a lot of the old ones, there's going to be a bit of confusion with the trucks trying to work out where they need to be. As you can see, they've started working themselves out and they're now making quite a bit of money off that line. And that's without me optimising the line to use the speed. But I'll talk more about the truck speed and train speed and whatever in the industry video. I make. Yeah, so yeah, that's. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. You might be thinking, what the buggery are you doing, you crazy bugger? I do not blame you. This looks insane, but I assure you. Oh, and one last trick before I go: turn off all traffic lights on your line. Turn off every single traffic light is on your line. They occur on any road that has more than 4 lanes, where there's more than 2 places to go. I.e., it's not a straight line; it's a T intersection or a crossroads. There will always be traffic lights when there's more than 2 lanes on the road, and you want to turn them off to optimize your lines, because your vehicles will sit there for no reason waiting for the traffic lights to change, and they can just go zoom zoom zoom. And you want to get rid of these wee guys as well. You want to provide them another way out of town so they don't use your roads, but whatever. I'll talk more about stuff like this in the industry video. This is just to talk about the lines themselves. So overall balance is what the current, where it's positive or negative. Well, I'll quite look at that. That just tells you that stuff is boring, but just might as well cover it while I'm here. That just tells you that information, but total profits and total losses. That was when I was changed over to the new trucks, and there's a massive expenditure as they all try and move this fuel. And then when I optimise the line, you can see here there's more blue, which is profit, than there is maintenance. Well, income than maintenance. There's more income than maintenance at that point. And you can see here charts will tell you how much they moved on that line. That number will always be double what that is. Don't ask. Do not ask. That number is always going to be double that. It's a weird thing. So as you can see, it's now down to 28 seconds frequency. And you can see there's bigger buildings coming into this town now because it's getting all this fuel that it wants. So yes, pay attention to try not have any crossover on your lines, and do not do one-to-one trips. Do not do back and forward between these two, and then back and forward between these two, and back and forward between those 2 points. Try and make a nice smooth route into it. That's the main tips, and then there's advanced tips of how to filter things and all that. So that's you again. Sorry, thank you for watching, and goodbye.